Hello, today I'm going to show you another evolution of my workstation. Let me switch the view here. Okay. So basically, I built an interface to manage and execute operations on my workstation. This station serves both for me to work and to produce music, right? To rehearse, to play games. Okay. So I'm making it very suitable for performing all these operations. Yeah, it has a login, right? It's in the cloud. Oh, but that's not all. There's also a desktop application here. Okay. You'll see that basically what's here in the desktop application is what I have on the web. Okay? Except here it didn't need authentication since I'm already logged in, right? So here on the web, it needs authentication. There. So when I come in here, the first thing I see is my workstation layout. I have the Landstar, CentralStar, and C-Star machines, which are the machines that are Landstar here on my left, C-Star on the right, and the CentralStar in front. And the CentralStar is usually the primary space where I do all my recordings or participate in important meetings and various live streams, right? It's really my go-to spot for getting things done, and it just makes everything feel a lot more professional and organized. And before, in the past, I used to leave all the heavy processing on it too. But now I've made them all homogeneous, and they all have the same repositories on the disks. Right? So yeah, now I can run heavier code processing on any of them, right? Even though PowerStar and AirStar are also capable and have the resources to do this, using only these three. On each of these machines, I have a code editor. I used to use Visual Studio Code, but now I'm using Zed, and I usually leave two instances running. Especially when I'm not here. I leave one on top and one on the bottom, for each on each of these nodes here. And so I have at least two agents running code editing tasks, software development tasks on each machine. Yeah, I've even put four on each machine before, having 12 agents in total simultaneously, okay? And if I include PowerStar and AirStar, I can have 20 agents running simultaneously, producing code, producing software, and other things. I have other equipment here, like a soundboard and other gear here for my hobby, right? Which is music production. I have other equipment still that I haven't integrated yet. I'm gonna integrate it. Okay, so that's it. Here is a list of all the Galax equipment. Here are the connection routes and the audio profiles, since I have a few audio profiles. For example, I have a soundbar up here, and this soundbar can be connected, like I had been doing for a long time, via Bluetooth to the CentralStar. And the other machines, they connect via Pipewire, Pulse, via tunnel, TCP tunnels. It's like it creates a network audio card, right? So the sound from the other machines is centralized on the CentralStar. So I only need to worry about the CentralStar having sound, right? So the others will connect to it. So I can participate in a meeting here, for example, not necessarily on the CentralStar, because the microphone that's connected to the CentralStar will send the audio and it will receive it. Likewise, the audio that comes out of it, it sends to the CentralStar, which will send it to the device that is connected. But it's not very good to do this via Bluetooth. So both the soundbar via Bluetooth and the Bluetooth headphones I have here, which connect to the Galax, I don't use for meetings. I use wired devices, like wired headphones, or now I've integrated another component here into the Galax, which is an external sound card that I connect via USB. And from the external card, there's an SPDI optical output that goes to the soundbar. That works. Also for gaming. For gaming now, I can use a cable, because in the past, I needed to take the machine I play on, which is the PowerStar, and use its SPDIF output to send the audio via optical cable to the soundbar. Now that's no longer necessary. It's all in-house, everything via cable. Okay. Yeah, let's talk a little bit about the agent infrastructure. No. Let's talk a little bit about the musical side. Regarding the musical side, there's another component that's already quite advanced that I'm developing. Actually, there are two components. There's music studies. Music studies, I have a sequence of programs, scripts, and executables that configure the audio profiles, mapping, and assemble a rack of plugins of instruments, effects plugins. And then I can easily create, edit, assemble, manage, and save these profiles. So, for example, if I'm playing here with the Roland, and I'm using the SMC pad as drums, and the MVA VSMK25 as a pad keyboard, those continuous sounds, which is my preferred setup. And the SMC mixer is an equalizer. Actually, I can use it anyway. I'm using it as an equalizer, but there are other profiles. I can use the SMC mixer as a volume control, for 8 channels. Yeah, I'm not doing that because now I have one more device, the Arturia. And the Arturia, it has more, 8 sliders and 8 configuration knobs. And so I configure the volumes there. And I'm going to integrate it here too, into the Galax visualization. It's already in music studies and in the other component I'm making, which is Ekara, it has this same development pattern as Galax, but it's meant to be a musical suite. But I end up integrating it into Galax as well as a plugin, okay? And it's gonna be really interesting. Now, let's talk about the agent. This part here, I won't be able to show it working yet, but I'll explain what happens. Yeah, as I said, right? I usually keep 6 agents running here at the same time. Usually it's 6. It could be more. And so, yeah, I'm here, working, or I'm studying, or I'm designing something. And at the same time, these agents are executing a plan that was built from a specification. This specification was based on requirements and also on my know-how. So I build a document that becomes a requirements document, which turns into a development plan, and I set up a tracker with a checklist, right? And how should I put it? I kick it off to run, and then it keeps developing, generating code and such, and it keeps asking me, oh yeah, this has been completed. What would you like to do now? Since there's already a plan, it'll just say, the next task now is this one. Then I just say, well, continue. Get it? Usually I just say, continue. Sometimes, when there's a more complex decision it needs to run by me, it asks, and I go there and answer one of the agents. And so, what did I start doing? I set up an RDP server on each of the machines, and with my tablet here, still inside the house, near where the office is, I connect and I'm there watching TV or doing something else, and every now and then I check the tablet, answering his questions, giving guidance and such, and that's it. Then things get much more fluid, right? It flows better. And of course, I don't need to be here at home because the RDP protocol isn't entirely a bitmap. It's kind of mixed. There are things that are vector-based. I've used RDP quite a bit when I was traveling to develop remotely on the server that was at home. So it's also possible to use RDP this way, but it's not ideal. The ideal is to have a structured protocol, right? So I created a protocol here. It's theoretically fully implemented. I need to test it and see how it works. Actually, it's an agent proxy type of protocol, but it's like this. With an interface, I can see it on the web here, right? Or on my phone or tablet. I put a screen there or an app where the agents are there running something, I can see the status, right? See how they're running, or I can just wait. When it has a question, a notification comes in, then ping, I get the notification, look, then the agent will say what happened, will ask its question, and I go there and answer. Done. It goes via notification, right? And my next step is to have a more automated guy that receives and answers these notifications. This guy also trained with machine learning and artificial intelligence, right? And then, in a very controlled way still, I need to understand how I'm going to do this so that I can still maintain the direction and keep and have control of things as normal, right? But anyway, it's like having some development arms there, and they'll be doing it, and every now and then I go there, take a look, give some direction, and leave. Go do something else, you know? That's basically what I'm building here. So that's it. I'll be sure letting you guys know when there's more news. See ya.